Find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're wrong, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, it's a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And welcome back, everybody, to the Mike Knoxxx Show, hosted by Mike Knoxxx, produced by Mike Knoxxx and my man 301 King Vaughn, the Victorious Ones podcast, holding me down backstage. I know what it is to social media, to the Ayatollahs and rock and rollers and all that other stuff in between. You know, the stars, the quasars, the mother of the earth, black beautiful queen of the mother, the BGMs, you know, all that good stuff we be doing for our people out there. So listen, welcome to the show for the most intelligent wrestling fans. We are happy to have you here today. We are glad to be back here. Thank you guys last week. And I'm still a little bit under the weather today, to be frankly honest with you, but I'm here because I love pro wrestling and a lot of shit been going on, right? So I have to say this today, even though, because he's backstage again, y'all. You know, my Eagles won, so I'm sporting my uniform. But his team plays tonight against the Raiders. Like, you better not lose to the Raiders. So he'll be backstage later, y'all, with This Week in Wrestling History. Michaela Wonders is back as well. But we have a lot to talk about today. Y'all know my favorite word. I have a plethora of things I want to discuss today in the world of professional wrestling. Because frankly, guys, it's been, I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you, right? So we're going to talk about Mercedes Moné. Is she the GOAT? Should you guys stop complaining? Get your panties out your arse? Because if she was in WWE, y'all will all be kissing her Converse right now, okay? Also, what I want to talk about this week, the last time is now toward Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady, the GOAT, Tupac Shakur, Pipe Bomb 2.0, Never Seen 17, Cena. Last Monday Night Raw is tonight. Damn. Now, last week, my son asked me, yo, Dad, do you like him more than you grew up liking Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart? And I paused for all of 10 seconds and said, I think I do, y'all. I know. Please don't chop your foot. Listen, what Bret gave me can't be taken. I was a teenager. You know what I mean? I was in my youth. Okay. I had things that I wanted to talk about back then, the things that were different for me than wrestling, right? But I look at the longevity of things. We look at, I don't want to call you out your name, but those who say LeBron's better than Michael, I will argue it forever because Michael's my GOAT. But to be fair, that's a legitimate argument, right? When they say, you know, who's the greatest rapper of all time? And they say Lil Wayne. I'm not going to debate that in fairness. He's not my GOAT, but if he was your GOAT, I understand how and why that could be, but he's not mine. No, I don't love him more than I love Shawn Michaels. No, I don't love him more than I love Bret Hart. But do I like him more? Probably so. Because like being a Shawn Michaels fan wasn't difficult. Being a Bret Hart fan wasn't difficult. I was a John Cena fan when all you guys hated him. It was difficult. When all you guys complained and bitch about having him go back to the doctor of thugonomics, and then The Rock came out and completely debunked all that shit. What, are you gonna rap to The Rock? You can't see me. That killed the doctor of thugonomics. He could never come back with that, in my opinion. So, do I like him more than that? Because about this last time is now tournament and where that's going. Also, Westside Gunn, he's a bigger wrestling fan and he brought hip hop to the masses, but he was kicked out of Raw. Let's talk about that. But I ain't gonna lie to you guys, Vaughn. Everybody backstage, please like again, follow, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I gotta be honest, yo. Where have you guys been if you guys did not catch Blood and Guts last week? I am sorry. Blood and Guts might have been some of the best shit that AEW has ever produced. And I'm being honest. I don't think that they have ever produced something this good, in fairness, in my opinion. I just don't think they have. And in a long time, that's for sure. Let me say that. In a long time, I haven't seen anything like I've seen on this. And when it happened live, I was sick still. I was literally in bed for a week, guys. You guys, if this show is only 30 minutes, please. I'm having a difficult time, and I use my voice for a living, okay, to talk at work. But you cannot sit here and tell me that, as DJ would say over there on the Unpopular Review channel, right? They go, busting nuts all on the screen, right? All explicit and stuff, you nasty people. But you can't be busting nuts about the things that WWE does and is about to do at War Games, which, by the way, Makilla has some heavy opinions about War Games coming up, okay? And then tell me you didn't enjoy AEW's Blood and Guts. Oh, the women did this. Oh, there were a lot of botches. They missed this spot. They missed that spot. I'm sorry. Have you ever seen a Royal Rumble? Or any kind of battle royal with any competitor, whether it's male or female? And I'm sorry, whether it's male, men, or women competing? I've seen botches all over the place. But the things that I seen, they put Orange Cassidy's hands in his pockets. And they stapled his hands to his pockets. Okay? I'm sorry. It doesn't get, to me, much bigger than that. I'm sorry. They stuffed that man's hands in his pockets. The women, first and foremost. The women's. Not only were they out and full of, first of all, Tony Storm continues. I said Tony. I know what I said. Okay. Continues to be the greatest character in wrestling. I said it about last year, Vaughn. I'm going to repeat it again this year. She is still the best wrestler in the business, despite her not having all those titles. Okay? She just is to me. Her character development, how she does things, it's beyond approach at this point to me. She just continues to always step her game up more and more and more. And every time she does so, I think she just leaves a big wake of awesomeness in her path. I can't say it no more than that. I absolutely loved Blood and Guts last week. And everything that they gave us in Blood and Guts. And I want to make sure, honestly, Vaughn, that for once I started our show off with talking about Blood and Guts. Because watching it firsthand and seeing it firsthand, it was nothing better than it for me. Nothing to me is touching it. Nothing is giving it any justice other than how great I thought that they put on a performance last week. Whether it was the women's folks that did it, it doesn't matter. It was incredible to me to see what they went out there to go do, how they performed it. Okay, I think that should be said as well. Okay, of how they went out there and just put on one hell of a fucking wrestling show. Within 2 minutes of the show, Sky Blue, Chicago's own Sky Blue. Speaking about Chicago, everyone knows I'm an Eagle fan, but I'm from Chicago too. So the Bears is my second favorite team, as long as I'm not playing the Bears. How about both my teams in first place? How about y'all team? How y'all team do yesterday, y'all? Is y'all teams in first place? Because both of mine are in first place. All right, go Birds, and for always the Bears. Okay, but back to wrestling. Speaking of Chicago, it was Sky Blue's fault, y'all. It's her fault. It's her beautiful self. Okay. I don't even like what's that girl everybody loves? The tall glamazon looking John, Megan Bain, right? I don't like her at all. I don't like her character. I mean, her character's dumb. Let me rephrase that part. But everybody, they go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over looks in wrestling and stuff, and it always makes me sick. I saw one post which said, "Name your 5 most beautiful women in professional wrestling." And no offense towards Pamela Martinez. Pamela Martinez is number 1 on their list. And I said, "Huh? I'm sorry. We're talking about beauty, not ass." Okay, let's just get it. Pamela, I love you. I have pictures of you in my intro, Pamela. I love you, Martinez. Okay, but damn it, you're not the first one I'm going to. But I wanted to give shots to them and Blood and Guts and how dope I thought that was, Vaughn. I did. I thought it was beyond just Megan. Look, so I made it. Say his name and say ass and he will appear. Okay, Megan Payne equals goddess. I mean, she is as tall as Lucy Lawless. Okay, I give her that. Okay, she's definitely a Xeno warrior princess. I will give her that. But I just don't see her as the beauty of gaudiness to me. But people love her. Nonetheless, I thought she was getting that match as well. Travis Thompson, Sky Blue was the MVP. She set the tone for the match. Listen, bro. Again, I am not, Travis, the biggest AEW fan. I have nothing. I'm not one of the wrestling fans like, oh, all you watch is WWE, so you don't know no better. No, it's not that. It's just, honestly, you should know your product and what you like the most. And I tune in, I watch it, but it's not for me, the product all the time. But I do enjoy it. I do watch it. I'm a huge fan of it. Okay, it's one of the things I love to watch when it comes to wrestling. I just watch it later than most people do. I never watch them on time. But I want to get into before we get into the topics this week is paying homage to the now Grand Slam champion, and that's in Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady to go, Tupac Shakur, Pipe Bomb 2.0, never seen 17 Cena. And the bitching ass fans that said, "Oh my God, they just buried Dirty Dom." I'm sorry, Dirty Dom just lost his title to the GOAT. I'm gonna say it again, people. He is the GOAT of the WWE. He may not be your GOAT. He's not even shit. He is my GOAT. How about that? If I'm gonna put a Mount Rushmore, let's stop all the madness, all the drilling, all the bullshit. Jonathan Cena belongs on top of the Mount Rushmore. What hasn't this man done, Vaughn? I digress. What has this man not done, Vaughn? I will wait again. What has this man not done? Okay? He is awesome reincarnated. I had to write some things down because I want to make sure that I had my thoughts together, Vaughn. Okay? 23 years this man has been in wrestling. Okay? 23 WrestleMania main events that he's been a part of. The Make-A-Wishes. Okay? Records in that factor. If he's not the WWE, again, he may not be your Flair. He may not be your that guy. You know, he may not be. I'm thinking about like real goats that people put on there, right? Like I love the Macho Man Randy Savage, but he's not a Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean? People put Flair there, right? I don't think Taker should be there, but people put him there. You can't make a Mount Rushmore, in my opinion, moving forward without having his face on there. And soon to be, you might be followed by Roman. Okay? That's how I see it. But John Cena's last Raw is tonight, and it couldn't start off any better than how it ended last week coming out of Boston for that tournament. Also on Raw, you got one on the program, you got to have the other on the program, okay? I thought it was great that Nikki Bella turned on her the way that she did because, I mean, she ain't got nothing else she can do with herself.
Okay. Do not talk about me and my hot husband. Me and my hot husband are the greatest wrestling couple of all time. But wait a minute, at one point that would have been you and your... Oh wait, you can't see him anymore.
Listen, but she turns on everybody's favorite, Stephanie Valkyrie. My daughter saw. Listen, I saw the writing on the wall, guys, and I was wrong. I've admitted it. So every time I get a chance, I'm gonna, I put my face together. Okay, look at my face, sick and all. I was wrong. Stephanie Valkyrie is that chick now. Everybody said don't get her. In my household, we're split. And I got 5, but my wife don't count no longer when it comes to wrestling. Me and Michaela Wonders, we dig her. My sons, Michael, the second, little Mike, he ain't a fan of Stephanie Valkyrie. He don't, but also say he's young and he's not looking at what most of you guys are looking at right now when it comes to Stephanie Valkyrie. But I thought Raw last week was pretty good with this segment. Her turning on, Nikki turning on Stephanie Valkyrie. I didn't like that pairing anyway. But it's all you're going to get. How you get Stephanie back over more. You got to do something for these girls. The roster's kind of getting thin. They got to do something here. And right now, WWE's all about putting big people in big places and doing those kind of things. They don't. That's all really where their attention has been lately, to be honest. But then you go ahead and you go yourself to SmackDown. Yeah, y'all. Now y'all want to like Charlotte Flair. Ain't that a bitch? But it's okay. It's okay. I am a little under the weather, but for those who don't know,
Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'm waiting. I'll wait. I'm glad this was the best thing. Listen, next to the Mercedes Moné and Blood and Guts, Charlotte Flair, stop being a face is the best thing. And then here's the best part. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know if she's a face or not. I don't know if she's a heel or not. We don't know shit. I just know that she said, I'm not with this shit. And I loved it that she did that. And she could do that. And I like, because I can't stand the whole tag team pairing between the two. I get it. If it did anything, it let all you idiots, all you marks, all you morons finally realize how great Charlotte Flair fucking really is. Because now you want to cheer her. Ain't that a bitch? Okay? And then, you think I could go a week? I know I missed last week, but I still gonna talk about it this week because it happened this week, but the talk was last week. How y'all gonna hate on this beautiful black queen, the mother of the earth, the universe, the BGM champion? Oh, with all the BGM all over my body. Jade Cargill. Oh, she's squashing everybody. She's gonna plush her. She's gonna do this. No offense towards B-Fab. When the fuck have y'all started checking for B-Fab to be great in wrestling? Stop the drilling, stop the madness, stop the oil. What's the girl over in Raw they cheering for now? That's going against Becky Lynch. Stop it. Maxine Dupri. Oh, now y'all want her to be a champion? Stop it. Just stop it. Stop the hate on Jade Cargill. It needs to stop. And it needs to stop right now because the Mike Knoxxx Show said so. Okay? All that damn bull, Pucky, Geraldo, Faldo, Waldo trash going on. Charlotte gives Rhea the match of her life at WrestleMania 29. Yes, she did. Jonathan Jeremiah Cena. First of all, his name is not Jeremiah, Travis. I've told you his name. I'm going to say it to you one more time. Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady, the GOAT, Tupac 2.0 pipe bomb, never seen 17 Cena is his name. All right. But he put up, see this top 5 dead or alive, but not my GOAT. That's still HBK to me. Listen, a funny story. I'm not afraid to say it. I think I've said this story before, Vaughn. When I first saw Shawn Michaels for the first time, right? I'm with my boys, the original Bell Kings, and his music hits. And I'm just like, I started bugging. My man looked at me, he said, yo, don't you ever do that again, dog. He said, don't you ever do that again. So we're going to stop all that. But ever again, to each their own, I love your opinion right there. Epic chimes in, forever being mad, Dirty Dom lost. Stop it. Dirty Dom will get his title back. I don't care if it's Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady to go. Never seen 17 pipe bomb 2.0, Tupac Shakur Cena. Give Dirty Dom his title back. He will get his title back. Epic. I can tell you that much for sure. Grand Body P, live from the UK. Stop the hate on Jade Cargill. Listen. Lover, splash to your jabronis. Listen, they just hate what they can't have. They look in the mirror and they just realize, damn, I'm always going to be a loser. So this is what it is. And then I got to say this one too, for the big match of the week, right? Because everybody went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over this moment with Zack Ryder coming back. Now, everybody knows I'm not the biggest Zack Ryder fan. I was 100% behind. Woo, woo, woo. You suck, bro. But let's put some context with that because everybody goes, I hate when people, I post a clip, guys, and then people will comment on the clip and don't read the pretext and the post-text and what's in between. So let me just break it down for you. I've never not been a fan of Zack Ryder. I always said once that character's over because that whole character development came from the success of Jersey Shore. Where would he go from there? And he did. Once he got fired, he became Matt Cordova. It's still similar, but it is totally different than Zack Ryder. Okay? Is this a one-off? Is he back to stay? I don't know. But here's what I tell people. When people say, well, he's back. Well, they made a t-shirt. But that's what WWE does. They're not stupid. But why could you not call this man Matt Cordova when he's known as that in TNA, which is a partner company with the WWE? I thought this was a complete botch by the company. And I get some people say, well, no one knows Matt Cordova. That's fair. If he came out as Matt Cordova, they would still go woo, woo, woo. That's fair. But that's not who this man is anymore. This man is not Zack Ryder anymore. He is now Matt Cordova. And I think you should have honored that and pushed him a little forward. This is the problem that the WWE has with wrestling fans. They don't know what part to be reality and then what part to have to be business. And I think that's some of the biggest letdowns I actually get from the WWE is them not knowing what to do with what they have. Also, I missed last week, speaking of Zack Ryder, this nonsense. TKO presidents, we need to take the torch and move past PLEs that were created by Vince McMahon. I'm going to read that again, Vaughn. TKO president, we need to take a torch and move past PLEs that were created by Vince McMahon.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
Now, I get and understand some of the things you want to change. Okay? Put that back up, please. Thank you. If you get rid of the PLEs that he created, that means WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam. That's your favorite big four pay-per-views. Money in the Bank. What the hell are you talking about, dude? If you start naming fucking wrestling pay-per-views, WrestlePalooza, my bad. WrestlePaloozas, because it's fucking totally sucked. Come on. Have you seen SmackDown's crowds lately? Have you seen them? I've seen the pictures. If we're gonna make fun of AEW, let's keep the same fucking energy. Y'all are killing this product that man created because you want to get so far away from what this man created, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. You say that you're raising the ticket prices on live events like Raw, SmackDowns, pay-per-views so they can be cheaper for house shows? People don't give a fuck about a house show. Yes, don't be wrong. Let me take that back so I can put some context into this. Yes, a person in the Iowa who can't get the big show to get to the big cities, to the first state, Delaware. They come to University of Delaware, or they go to Rehoboth or some shit like that, right? That's good for them. They're not gonna get the chance. More likely they want to travel to Philadelphia or travel to Baltimore or travel to DC. So for them, yeah, they're happy with it. But no, they want to see a Raw. I remember when they had a Raw at University of Delaware before. Get back to that. Don't raise the ticket price that the average Joe or the average Knox can't afford to take his family. Bullshit. Cap. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm going to say it again. Bring McMahon back. Still want the Bulls a little nasty. They finna release the Epstein files, and we know a lot of you motherfuckers was nasty. All you right-wingers and mega-life motherfuckers. Okay? Stop the bullshit. Stop the drilling. Stop the oil. Then, D'Lo Brown says the Nation of Domination deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely motherfucking right. My pocket's looking kind of tight. Yo, Biggie, let me get the vest. They belong in the Hall of Fame, and then point blank. But the question is, will they put him in before they put The Rock in? And that's the dilemma. And that's where we stand. And that's where I will take my first break, come back with Michaela Wonders, and then get into today's show. Moné wins 13. I still got a lot to say about Westside Gunn. And this John Cena Last Time Is Now tournament continues. We'll be right back, y'all, with the Mike Knoxxx Show.
Girl,
Welcome to Learning About WWE. I'm Michaela. We are just learning about WWE War Games. Let me adjust myself in my seat. This entire segment is going to be about me complaining. Oh no, what's Michaela complaining about this time? What is she hating about? War Games. Specifically the two big matches. They're stupid. We all know how much I love Rhea Ripley. loved, past tense. If you asked me in 2023 or even just last year, what's your top 5 or top 10 favorite women's wrestlers? Rhea Ripley would be number 4. It would go Naomi, Bianca, Jade Cargill, and Rhea Ripley. If you asked me today, she would not even be in my top 20 of favorite women's wrestler alone. Don't even get me started if I combined both men and women's. She would be even lower. They ruined Rhea Ripley's character completely. I need 2023 short black hair, slicked back Rhea Ripley back. They're ruining her. And I don't care about her. I booed her on Friday. And Rio is stupid. I'm saying it. Rio is stupid. Anyways, War Games. Both the matches are also stupid. The women's match, we all know who's replacing Charlotte Flair, what all the rumors are who's replacing Charlotte Flair. Because Bianca, it can't be Bianca with her broken knuckles. So people are saying it's going to be AJ Lee. And I'm not mad at that. I'm hoping it's not AJ Lee. Respectfully, I don't want her to be on a team with Rhea Ripley. Because Rhea Ripley's on the team, so I want them to lose. But if AJ Lee's on that team, they're not going to lose. They're actually not going to lose either way, no matter who's on the team with the heels versus the faces. They're not going to lose either way, but it's stupid. And the men's one just seems so rushed. I thought Jimmy was going to be Roman. I guess Romaning. I don't know what's going to happen. I just don't like the men's one. I don't like the women's one. And I'm not excited for War Games at all. Best thing, I'm excited for the War Games matches. I'm excited for the pay-per-view for John Cena. That's it. But as you guys know, I can't really talk about it like this, so let's go back over to the real tribal chief.
That's my girl, Michaela Wonders, y'all. Michaela Wonder. I can't blame her. Her being upset. That's for sure. I can't blame that. But I want to take a little time, if I can, before we get into this week in wrestling history. And I do. Some things really kind of bother me over the last weekend. Now, we talked about last time we were on air, Mercedes Moné having the opportunity to go over to HOG down there in New York City and getting that title. And she since has done just that. And like always, like it's been already for the last 2 years that she's been in AEW, longer than that, but her injury, of course, but her 2-year run she's been on lately. This woman, this beautiful woman, has been dominating professional wrestling. And they call her, or it's now even on her own Twitter page now, Vaughn, I think she's Ultimate or Ultimate Moné on there. So I look at this and I go, if she was in WWE and the WWE was going to take titles from Ring of Honor, TNA, and any promotion, New Japan, you name it, whatever promotion, AAA, but they decide to be partnered with, and she ran all these titles, say this was, Charlotte Flair did these things, people would go absolutely ape shit for her doing these things. Excuse me. And I just don't see how, because she's not in WWE, she gets so much damn hate. That's the part I don't get, that she gets so much hate from so many people. And I just feel like it's unwarranted. Do it again. Keep doing your thing, bro. Appreciate it. Also, Cena is then on the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling. Bro, folks get always from what works because that's the idea sucks. What's it, bro? Folks get away from what works because their ideas suck. Well, yeah, that's exactly what happens. And I look at this and I just don't understand it. I can't say that, but like so first, when she first came back, she wasn't the same wrestler. Then the mic skills wasn't the same. she's never changed her mic skills. Just the people that she's talking to now that you look at, certain fans that is, as inferior. Everything in AEW is not worse than it is in WWE. Some things are actually better. Some things are actually better for those wrestlers. And even someone who has been in the words of Dice Man again, a head coffee pourer for the WWE, as you know, as I've been told and accused of before. No, I've always kept even playing Vaughn. I've always been honest in my opinion and my assessment of things of that. And if she was in WWE, she would get nothing but praises. Nothing but praises whatsoever. They would love her. Oh my God, she's doing this, she's doing that. Think about it in this way, that these companies trust their company with a part-timer, like a super part-timer, to come in there, take their titles and put around her waist, or in this case, around her beautiful BGM body. Okay, that black girl magic body. 13 titles at one time? If this was Bianca, this was Charlotte, this was Becky Lynch, this was Trish Stratus, this was Nikki Bella, y'all would all just explode in happiness. I don't see how she cannot still get the same love, respect that she deserves, because Ultimo Moné is that damn good on that mic, in that ring. Even the performance she put on that Blood and Guts, I thought was impressive, because even in the wake of that match, when her team won and they're all standing with their hands raised in victory, she laid on her back on the floor because she went through a table. So don't sit there and tell me that who has she put over and she's doing this, she's doing that. She's doing the best thing in women's wrestling right now, hands down. That's not Miss Storm. Okay? Point blank. Other than her character, because her character is something that in today's world of kayfabe being completely almost to the, on life support, like hip hop was before 2025. Her character, meaning Storm's character, was something we thought we'd never see again. A character, not a person being but her character got over in Timeless Toni Storm. Ultimo Moné is that damn good, and she deserves, in my opinion, for this past year, if she's not one on anybody's list, she damn sure not be no lower than 2. Because she's carrying 13 titles to tell you, as they said for all you Cowboy fans, Terrell Owens has 20 million reasons to not kill himself. She has 13 fucking titles to tell you why she's number one in this business. Point blank. She has the style. She demonstrates the grace. She is carrying these companies on her back. And we deserve to bow down in her presence and thank her for how fucking good she has been. And how good she has been, not just for women's wrestling, but for also AEW, which in my opinion has had not a good year. But when it all push comes to shove, they always give me a wonderful show. And they gave me a tremendous show, Vaughn, and Blood and Guts. They give me they've done so many good things lately that to me, she's phenomenal. She's next level to me, how good Mercedes Moné has been over these last few years. I think she's beyond approach. I think she is, without a question, just amazing. And I've been loving everything that Mercedes Moné has done. And if you don't like Mercedes Moné, I'm gonna do one of the things that people don't like. People hate me do this kind of shit, Vaughn. Then you're just hating. You have zero reason to hate on Mercedes Moné, because I'm gonna say it again. If she was in WWE, y'all would all ride her jockstrap all the way. All the way. So what's going on, Brother Knoxxx in the community? AW, Blood and Guts, 100% fire. Fire. 100% speak that real, Ultimo Moné. I didn't even know you were here yet. That's funny. So my man, DC the Collector, holding it down. As always, big AEW fan and supporter. He watches WWE. He doesn't give up on WWE, but he just prefers AEW. That's the style of wrestling that is his niche for him, And he doesn't hate on WWE. He'd call me and text me and say, oh, that's fire. but his allegiance is with AEW. And I have no problem with that. So let's go ahead and talk about it as well. And that is this Mr. Westside Guns. Okay. Y'all can't hear him, so I'm going to do it for him, y'all. Westside Gunn, the owner of Fourth Rope Wrestling, is a rapper who, frankly, I never had heard of. And again, just to be fair, not making fun of the brother in any kind of way, hip-hop today ain't my thing. Okay? So, first time I ever saw him, I saw him at ringside at AEW. And a lot of times back in the day, Dice and I, we played a game a lot during wrestling times. I'd be like, yo, who's this guy? He go, that's Westside Gunn. Because Dice listens, he's a musician, so he listens to about a bunch of music. Grand Body P, no, because they're hip hop no matter what genre. I'm stuck in the 90s and early 2000s of hip hop. That's just where I belong. And I think that's where hip hop, kind of fell off. It's a certain way I like to hear hip hop. So, but with that being said, he's a rapper who's a wrestling fan who is known for putting lyrics and, concept promos, things of that nature centered around wrestling things, as he is a wrestling fan. Sort of like how my man Fred Knoxxx did years ago. We all know that album. This is before Wale Mania came out. In all fairness to me, the first person to put a rap wrestling album together was my man Fred Knoxxx. All right, we were down in Miami when The Rock came back at WrestleMania 28 promoting his album. Okay, truth be told, I know for a fact all the pictures they took of the BWO at that time, and the Belt Kings rather at that time, kind of got removed because every picture that he had or we had, he put up his picture of his CD. They rather not crop it out, so they just didn't show us. Okay, so but here go Westside Gunn nonetheless. Loves rap his whole life, been a wrestling fan, and of course if you're a rapper or just like any battle rapper, they're gonna put like wrestling kind of hits and things like that into their music for those who can recognize it. So he's been a diehard fan. AEW recently, I'm gonna be honest with you, for years never really acknowledged this man for what it's worth. They did from time to time, but even for most parts. Then he started going to I started seeing him in WWE events, and I'm like, okay, look, he's there now. And I would also sit there because at this point I knew about the guy, and I would see them show. I'm just gonna throw out names because I can't name them all right away. But they would show Quavo or Titty Boy. You know what I mean? For those who know who what's his name? What's his name now? 2 Chainz. Right now they show Fat Joe, who guys like Fat Joe I know ain't no wrestling fan because I follow Fat Joe's music and I follow Fat Joe for years. He's not a wrestling fan. He's a culture vulture, but he's not a wrestling fan. Okay. Who they showed recently. They show so many rappers that I agree with his statement are not wrestling fans. Okay. I can agree to that. But what I didn't get was how and why he got kicked out of wrestling, right? That was the thing that people was like, oh my God, he's there all the time. He just got kicked out on Monday Night Raw. And this happened, a while ago, FYI, okay? When they were in Buffalo, New York, his hometown, he went and paid money to go back home to go see wrestling in his hometown, and he put up billboards and things like that. And they had really, truth be told, they never acknowledged him on Monday Night Raw in any way. They just never pay attention to him being there. Now, some would say because WWE didn't like the fact that he was on AEW a bunch of times, and they didn't want to, that kind of things like that. So I also think in the wake of all that happened at Blood and Guts, when he was at ringside and things like that, they purposely got him on TV and camera. Any WWE hate or slander or backlash, they will take advantage of it. Why not? It's business 101. He has every right to take advantage of that. From what I heard, they kicked him out because of using liked images, copyright infringement. If you don't get their permission to use "Do You Smell What the Rock Is Cooking," I'm not saying that's the song or anything like that, just painting a picture, then they have the right to cease and desist. Okay? The same way they would do to us on YouTube here. If I'm playing music that's not mine in my background, I will get a message saying my video has been blocked in certain countries. So they blocked them because they didn't like the fact that they felt that he was using their company to get himself over. I call bullshit, but that's the story that's out there. What I want, and I missed it last week. I know it's not as hot as a topic this week as it was last week, but I felt the need to bring it up because a lot of TikTokers, a lot of YouTubers out there, I'm going to say the same thing I've always said forever and a day. Do I have any proof of this? Absolutely not. It's, I don't know, call it my 50-year-old male intuition. You motherfuckers ain't never heard of fucking Westside Guns. You don't give a fuck about Westside Gunn. He just got into the motherfucking news. You want to make a name for your motherfucking self by saying, oh, this is some bullshit. Fuck the WWE. Westside Gunn got fucking shafted. Stop the drilling. Stop the madness. Stop the... Just fucking stop the bullshit, okay? Because point blank, I don't believe it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay? This man comes out and he says, y'all are saying that this man is responsible. This is the part I have a problem with. That Westside Guns is responsible for mixing hip-hop and wrestling. Now, in all fairness, Wale Mania exists. Wale, before there was Wale Mania that WWE actually acknowledged, it was Wale Mania. And fans, because he has been a wrestling fan for years. Shout out to King Coley, okay? And Talk to Me Baby movement, Title Tuesday movement. He's a huge Wale fan. Wale's always been a wrestling fan. Always. Method Man was a wrestling fan. That's right. Redman's a wrestling fan. Wu-Tang Clan in itself is there's been plenty of people in hip-hop that we know that are wrestling fans. So let's stop putting the onus that this man brought back a certain amount of people to wrestling. The word they use today is called cap. That's cap. Westside Guns did not breed a whole brand new style of wrestling fans, YNs or any other kind of N, to come like professional wrestling. Bullshit. I call cap. And Vaughn has something to say, y'all.
All right. So yeah, a few things. I'm gonna keep it brief, but the thing is, I got share my thoughts about this Westside Gunn thing too. I wanted to wait until the hype died down a little bit. But the thing is, to along with you, Mike, for people to incite that Westside Gunn is the number one reason for for wrestling hip hop. Once again, that's cap because first off, here's the thing. The thing about Westside Gunn is that not only does he use copyrighted, does he use stuff without the company's permission, but he also has images of of Voldemort, Chris Benoit, as far as merchandise. You know what I mean? Like, and there's somebody that the company has been distancing themselves from for the longest time. You know what I mean? I'm surprised that they didn't shut that down even sooner. But also the thing about it is that he's also not only has affiliation with AEW, but shout out to another podcast that also mentioned. I noticed too. He's also run like promotions and other stuff. Across from WWE during WrestleMania weekend, which would take away from their audience.
You know how I feel about that, right?
He's basically a rival promoter.
Yeah.
While also doing rap. Wale would never do that. Wale would never ever do that. Wale, everything as far as his affiliations is constantly with WWE. That's the big difference right there.
Now, and thank you for that. And I say that to go with that as well. To end this part is that's also business 101. And some would say, well, excuse me, guys, all he knows is WWE content. Okay, that's still his choice, right? But I like how you said that because I don't think that's been spoken enough as well, Vaughn. Is that he's a promoter from a rival come out. Don't get me wrong. Now it ain't like he's going to put them out of business. Okay, it ain't like they can't use the rub. And some would say, why not take the rub that he's giving? Because he does have a fan base. But I think I have more people than him on Twitter. I believe, last time I checked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to look right now again. Right? No, here's 239,000. Okay. But my point is, of course, he has a fan base and he can bring those people along. And maybe he should have taken advantage of what he could bring to the table. Fourth Rope Wrestling, any wrestling promotion, you should know he's not making a bunch of money in wrestling. It's his wrestling business. He's doing that because he loves professional wrestling. That he loves it so much, he's giving you free publicity. So it would have been great, as they say, to give him the rub back. That would have been great. Instead of kicking him out of your building, that is a very, very bad look, WWE. But I also understand business. But again, my gripe, as it always is with the fans, there's always want to just jump on the one for the other. And I will call the WWE racist all day long. Hey, what the fuck you doing? You come off like a racist fucking company. And nobody ever tell me they're not racist. Mama, forgive my language. Vince McMahon said, and I quote, "What's up, my nigga?" Do y'all remember the storyline between Triple H and Booker T? I'm sorry, between Triple H and Booker, Uncle Tom T. Y'all remember that storyline? Don't tell me this company doesn't dive into racism and treat us like we're not shit. Black wrestler males don't get no love in WWE. Only our women. Come on now. Listen, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about John Cena.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back.
It's just what it is, y'all. We be right back, y'all, the Mike Knoxxx Show. We're going to talk about this Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady. The last time is now tour, and then get the fuck up out of here, y'all. We be right back, the Mike Knoxxx Show.
Yo, 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 it's prime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson.
It's the Honky Tonk Man.
NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? The Mike Knoxxx Show, that's 3 X's because he's hardcore, present This Week in Wrestling History with King Vaughn. Yo, 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 yo.
All right. So what's up, everybody? Once again, this is King Vaughn Jr. of the Victorious Ones podcast and Perfect Plex Talk Radio. Here to give you the week in wrestling history. November 18th, 1995, ECW November to Remember took place in Philadelphia. The show opened with Bubba Ray Dudley pinning Broad Street Bully in 57 seconds, followed by Conan defeating Jason Knight in just 14 seconds. In the main event, Terry Funk and Tommy Dreamer got the win over Cactus Jack and Raven after Funk got the pin on Raven. Of course, on the same day in 2001, Survivor Series took place in Greensboro, North Carolina. The show marked the end of the Invasion storyline between WWE and the WWE-ECW alliance. The card saw a number of title unification matches and a winner-takes-all main event, which is won by Team WWF, led by The Rock. On the same day, 2007, at the American Airlines Arena in Miami, WWE held their annual Survivor Series pay-per-view. On the show, Randy Orton defeated Shawn Michaels to retain the WWE Championship. And the main event saw Batista and The Undertaker compete for Batista's World Heavyweight Championship inside of Hell in a Cell. Following interference from Edge, Batista will retain and walk out as champion. On the same day in 2012, Survivor Series took place in Indianapolis. The main event, saw the WWE champion CM Punk defend his title in a triple threat match against John Cena and Ryback. Of course, Punk will end up winning. On November 19th, 1995, WWF Survivor Series was held in Landover. The main event, of course, featured the last match in WWF for Bam Bam Bigelow. Of course, the main event was where Bret Hart defeated Diesel, for his third WWF Championship. On the same day in 2007, after a 2-year absence, Chris Jericho made his return to WWE on Raw and told Randy Orton that he was coming for his World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, in 2017, Survivor Series took place. And of course, it was Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. And of course, Team Raw won the match. And we also saw the Shield versus the New Day as well. November 20th, 1994, in Tokyo, Japan, Bull Nakano defeated the Lunger Blades to win the WWF Women's Championship. On the same day in 2011, Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden. Of course, CM Punk will regain the WWE Championship, and that'll mark the beginning of his 434-day title reign. As far as November 21st, 1988, FCW was born, and of course that's when Ted Turner took over Jim Crockett Promotions. On the same day in 1999, WCW Mayhem aired live in Toronto. And of course, that was a semifinal match. We saw Chris Benoit beat Jeff Jarrett in the second match. Bret Hart defeated Sting, and of course, ultimately Bret Hart would become the WCW champion that night. Of course, in 2005, following the death of Eddie Guerrero, and of course, WWE will introduce a wellness policy. As far as birthdays, November 15th, Macho Man Randy Savage will turn 73. November 19th, Miss Elizabeth will turn 65. November 21st, Alpha of the Wild Samoans will turn 83. Jerry Lynn turned 66. Shane Douglas turned 61. Brie Bella and of course, and Nikki Bella, the Bella twins, both turned 42, and that's Week of Wrestling History. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, 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 it's crime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson,
It's the Honky Tonk Man.
NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? The Mike Knoxxx Show, that's 3 X's because he's hardcore, present This Week in Wrestling History with King Vaughn. Yo, 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 yo.
Thank you for that, as always, King Vaughn, holding me down. I always appreciate you, my brother, and doing your thing. Also, hey, he didn't say because it ain't wrestling related, but happy birthday to Miss Lisa Moné. Let's all know what's going on here. But real fast, we get up out of here, man. This Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady to go, Tupac Shakur, Pipe Bomb 2.0, never seen 17 Cena tournament is awesome. We had Sheamus beat Shinsuke Nakamura. We had, surprisingly, what shocked me was Rusev beating Damian Priest, trash. We had The Miz take on Jey Uso, with Jey Uso winning that. We also had the secret opponent, which was Zack Ryder going against LA Knight. LA Knight wins that. And then tonight on Raw, we're promised a big surprise. And who this opponent is for Solo. And in the other match, because the returning Gunther, who's going to beat the living shit out of Javon Evans. Okay, if we think Javon Evans is going to win this match, all crazy, but hopefully, like he does all the time, he will make it look amazing. Okay, but no doubt in my mind, Gunther's going to win this match, and whoever is taking on Solo is also going to win this match. How about that? That's my predictions for the night. But this Jonathan Cena tournament is taking its own turn, and I absolutely love it where it's been going. I'm a big fan of so far of it. They got to do something to finish this thing off, and what else can they do? We got to have some big names come fast. We got people in this thing that, I didn't predict everybody here, but I did predict a Sheamus, a Shinsuke, Miz, Jay, LA Knight, Solo, Gunther. But I did not. I did pick Rusev. So I did not suspect to see it would be Damian Priest in there, and I didn't expect to see. I think I did have Zack Ryder in there. I had Matt Cordova. I did have him in my bracket that would be there. So this will continue to go on. But most important, this is the last Monday Night Raw of John Cena. I'm expecting a big night. I will pop like I did last week when he was in Boston for his last match because I'm a wrestling fan first. And no matter how bad the product sucks, I like when you have those negative comments in your comments lines saying, you're still going to watch it. No shit. If you listen to the show, I tell the time, we're still going to watch. I'm pre-positioned to watch this shit. Okay. It's like when my wife comes out of the shower, butt ass wet and naked. I want sex. It's just, my body just does it. It's like when I got to take a shit, I go to the bathroom and wipe my ass and I'm done. Things you just do. When the wrestling's on, I just do it. Okay. That's what Nike said. I wear nothing but Jordans, which is Nikes on my feet. So just do it. Okay. No matter how bad the product is, no matter which company, I will watch NWA Power. I turn on and watch Women of Wrestling here in Atlanta when it's on because I like professional wrestling. I will never stop watching it. It's just what it is. So I want to thank Vaughn for tuning in today, as always, being my social media to my Ayatollahs and rock and rollers to the stars. I want to thank you guys, the fans, for tuning in and chiming in, always keeping the chat going and busy, things like that. You probably already talked about it on the show or some other show, but the John Cena Farewell Tour is a letdown overall. The Intercontinental win was great. Their Farewell Tour just isn't consistent. Well, the tour has been a letdown, but I think the tournament's trying to give it some kind of a last leg. All right. So that's all I have, to be honest with you. I don't understand. Again, shout out to this comment here because one maybe know Fred Knox, man. I Bring It album. I still have it. If you don't have it, guys, DM me, inbox me. Talk about a great album centered around wrestling. Hell, I've had it for so many theme songs on my shows over the years. But to end this show off, Westside Gunn's Fourth Rope Wrestling. That's the tweet, Vaughn. I'm here for all wrestling promotions. Fourth Rope Wrestling deserves to have a chance, just like AEW, Ring of Honor, any other kind of promotion out there. It's based here in Atlanta, where I'm living at currently now. I would love to be there and see this promotion that I hear good things about, the way I hear about good things about HOG in New York City. I hear that down here about Fourth Rope Wrestling. So I'm excited about it. I want to see nothing but prosper come from that. But we got to stop acting like every time something WWE does wrong to a person that they're at fault. That's all I'm going to say. There's always the truth. They're going to say his side, her side, and the truth somewhere in the middle. Let's wait to see things unfold before we just out of suddenly just jump on somebody saying because you want to get on there and make a TikTok to make yourself famous. At the end of the day, your ass ain't going to be famous Because if he was going to be famous, you'd have been famous by now. Why do you think my black ass is still sitting here talking to you few little motherfuckers that's listening? I love you, and I love you for it, okay? But let that be understood. And again, Mercedes Moné deserves all your respect and her credit because she has done a phenomenal job holding the torch for women's wrestling. So listen, do me a favor, and my throat's a little under the weather, but don't wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me. Woo, I got it. And don't love God. That's crazy. Because we always going to have us some. And y'all still want to come at me about things I say all the time? Motherfucker, please.
Just bring it, bitch!
And if you don't like the fact that Mike wants Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi, the Street Profits, the Hurt Syndicate, and any other black wrestler to be on top, then you don't know who the fuck you're listening to.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
So just wake up and get the fucking message already, will you?
Message.
And please, forever and forever and a day, stay off them drugs when you think your show is better than the Mike Knoxxx Show. I'm an award-winning, cat-peeling, smack your ass backwards, tell your mama to come do it again in front of me because I don't give a fuck kind of motherfucker.
Stop it. Get some help.
You need some help. I love you guys. All to the side, I love you. Thank you for tuning into the Mike Knoxxx Shows. Like, follow, subscribe, and share. I see y'all next week, y'all. Peace. That's how they say. Keep it a wilt. We out here, y'all. Peace.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You could call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special.